Scene opens with a shot of the Enchanted Library, dark and stormy. Thunder cracks overhead. A storm rages, not of rain, but of pure darkness. Inside the Enchanted Library, a place once filled with light and wonder, chaos reigns. The glowing walls etched with ancient stories are now cracked and dim. Books float aimlessly through the air, their pages fluttering as they whisper in fear. It's a symphony of terror, and at its center, Arthur jolts awake in a cold sweat. His heart pounds against his ribs. The dream was so real, a disembodied voice, cold and ancient, calling his name over and over. Arthur, Arthur, It was Malachar. He glances down at his arm. The intricate mark, a souvenir from their last battle, pulses with a faint, sickly purple light. A chilling reminder that the villain they thought was defeated is far from gone. He's a shadow, waiting to return. Across the great hall, Clara is hunched over a massive, leather-bound tome, the Heart Codex. She's been searching for days, looking for anything that might explain the library's decay. Her fingers trace the faded script when she notices something odd. A blank page, shimmering faintly under the flickering candlelight. A forgotten technique she learned from an old scroll. She reveals words written in invisible ink. Her eyes widen as she reads the prophecy aloud, her voice trembling. When shadow and light become one, the final page shall turn and the story will end. Isla, ever the wise one, gasps. The pieces click into place with horrifying clarity. He's bound himself to Arthur, she says, her voice barely a whisper. That mark, it's not just a scar, it's a tether. Malachar is using Arthur's own life force, his light, to complete his resurrection. The prophecy wasn't about a great battle. It was about one of them being consumed. The weight of this revelation hangs heavy in the air. For Arthur, it's a living nightmare. The whispers have started again, slithering into his thoughts. No longer just a bad dream, but a constant, venomous presence. Surrender, Malachar's voice hisses in his mind. Let the darkness in. It is so much easier than fighting. He tries to push it down, to put on a brave face for his friends. He forces a smile, cracks a weak joke, but the strain is visible. Felix, perceptive and loyal, sees right through the act. He finds Arthur alone, staring at his reflection in a polished shield, his face etched with fear. You don't have to carry this by yourself, you know? Felix says softly, placing a hand on his shoulder. The simple act of kindness breaks through Arthur's defenses. Tears well in his eyes as he finally admits the terrifying truth. I'm so scared, Felix, he chokes out. Scared of what he's turning me into. What if I hurt you? What if I can't control it? Clara and Isla join them, their expressions full of unwavering support. Clara takes his hand. Listen to me, Arthur. We started this story together. Felix nods, his usual humor replaced by fierce determination. And we'll end it together. Isla completes the promise, her voice firm. Whatever it takes. You are not alone. In that moment, their bond becomes an anchor, a shield against the encroaching darkness. It's a promise forged in love, stronger than any curse. But their resolve is immediately tested. A deep, guttural groan tears through the library's foundation. The marble floor splits open, a chasm of pure shadow tearing through the heart of the room. From this abyss, a figure rises, cloaked in swirling smoke and embers of dark fire. Malachar has returned, fully formed, his eyes burning with ancient malice. He's no longer a whisper or a shadow. He is a terrifying reality. As Malachar's laughter echoes through the hall, the mark on Arthur's arm erupts in searing pain, a branding iron of dark energy. He cries out and falls to his knees, his body racked with convulsions. Malachar spreads his arms wide, a triumphant god of his own dark creation. Did you truly believe this story was yours to write? He mocks, his voice dripping with contempt. It was never yours. It was always, and will always be, mine. The final battle begins. There's no more time for words. Clara and Isla stand side by side, chanting in unison as they draw upon the most powerful spells in the Heart Codex. Arcs of pure golden light erupt from their hands, slamming into Malachar's shadowy form. He merely swats them away like flies. Felix, true to form, uses his wit as a weapon. He starts hurling enchanted books, each one glowing like a miniature firework. Hey Malachar, ever read a comedy? The ending's a real killer, he yells, dodging a bolt of shadow. The glowing books explode in showers of light, momentarily distracting the dark sorcerer. While his friends fight for him, Arthur is locked in a battle within himself. He feels Malachar's influence clawing at his will, trying to seize control. He fights, he pushes back, but the darkness is overwhelming. Then, through the pain and chaos, a memory surfaces. The library's first lesson, spoken by the spirit of the ancient tree. Every story has power. But a story written with fear will only create monsters. A story written with love can create worlds. A new resolve hardens in his eyes. He pulls the blank final page from the Heart Codex. Malachar sees this and sneers. A blank page? Pathetic. You have no weapon left. But Arthur isn't preparing to fight. He's preparing to write. Ignoring the pain, he channels the light within him not as a weapon, but as ink. He closes his eyes and begins to write on the page, not with a quill, but with his very essence. He doesn't write of battle or vengeance. He writes his memories. The memory of meeting Clara, her nose buried in a book. The memory of Felix's terrible puns making him laugh until he cried. The memory of Isla teaching him how to read the stars in the library's domed ceiling. He writes of courage, of hope, of friendship. He writes of love. With each memory, the words appear on the page in shimmering, golden script. The page begins to glow, brighter and brighter, until it's a blinding sun in his hands. An unstoppable wave of pure, concentrated light bursts from the final page. A tidal wave of goodness and hope. It washes over everything. The darkness shrieks. Malachar turns, his form dissolving, not in defeat, but in purification. The shadow is overwhelmed by the light, and with a final echoing sigh, he turns to dust and vanishes. Silence. The storm outside abruptly ceases. Sunlight, real sunlight, streams through the high windows for the first time in weeks. The floating books gently drift back to their shelves, the cracks in the walls sealing themselves with threads of gold. At the center of the library, the great heart tree pulses with a light more vibrant and powerful than ever before. The library is healed. Arthur looks at his arm. The mark, once a symbol of his impending doom, fades into nothing, leaving clean, unblemished skin. He is finally free. Clara gently takes the codex and closes it. Every story needs its heroes, she says, a proud smile on her face. We just wrote ours. Sometime later, the four friends are sitting together under the glowing branches of the heart tree. The air is peaceful, filled with the gentle rustle of pages. In Arthur's hands is a new book, its cover pristine. He reads the title aloud, The Enchanted Library, the beginning. Isla leans against the trunk, a contented smile on her face. Think it'll ever open new doors for us again? She asks, her eyes twinkling. As if in answer, on a distant shelf, a single, unassuming book begins to glow with a faint, inviting light. A promise, a new adventure, waiting to be read. Because every story ends, only to begin again.